Hello and welcome. We're still in February. It's February the 10th here in Australia and it's a Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon now. I slept in, so it feels like morning still. And I'm presenting to you, as promised, another in my website audits. Free, obviously, and put together on my Supercharge Your Marketing free Facebook group that you can go to at any time and ask free questions. I do a lot of free, as you can hear. And today I'm really happy to present a site that already in the first 5 seconds of going on the site has made me smile. And I love that because, as many of you have heard me say, I am a Reiki master. And I sort of ingrain that into my digital marketing. And I'm very strongly of the belief that if you make people smile and feel good, the minute they hit your website, they're going to stay. And the longer they stay, the more the probability that they're going to buy one of your products or more than one of your products and or become a raving fan. So here I am with Nannas Kitchen. It's a rather odd URL because it's nannaskitchen1.com.au. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but anyway. And I'm immediately presented with a very nice, clean, clear site. Lovely, really, really good. This is probably some of the best product photography I've seen in a very long time. Automatically I'm going, oh, yum, which one of those should I have, you know? Clean, clear, probably a tiny little bit too blocky in some of this copy, and I probably would put the testimonials more on a scroller rather than sort of taking up that much space. And the only other thing, and I'm nitpicking here, is that there is no privacy statement. And I would love Nana's photo down here at the bottom again. Has she got a logo per se? Yes, she has. So Nana's, I'm thinking if I was given this site, I would put Nana's Kitchen and a photo of Nana sort of like half overlapping each other. There's no email capture on this. There's no privacy policy, terms and conditions, shipping policy, returns policy. They're all very important. I usually shy away from putting a phone number on a site. That's entirely up to you. Basically, I don't use a phone if I can avoid it, and I particularly don't want people calling me. So that's me. I do also like to put the Facebook Messenger icon down the bottom here because that's my preferred way of people getting in touch with me. It may not be yours, but that's my preferred way. And we find nowadays people are very reticent to pick up a phone and make a phone call. They might want to, some will still text. Again, that's getting very, very, very rare. Most people, that's a lie. That's a generalization. I suspect that this is possibly an older demographic that might be into these sorts of products, in which case they will push more towards being able to phone, to not so much phone, but to text. So what I'd be saying to anyone is pick out your preferred method of communication, but also test other methods and see at the end of the day. So test them for about a month and see at the end of the day how people are communicating with you. You know, are you getting a lot of text messages? Are you getting a lot of phone calls? Are you getting a lot of messenger chat? Are you getting a lot of people coming to you via your social media? And sort of look at the numbers. Numbers drive everything I do in marketing. Because the numbers can lie. I've made numbers lie myself plenty of times, and so has many politicians. But they generally give you a better baseline of what's going on, and some sort of email capture down here. I mean, obviously, this particular business is doing new flavors, I should imagine. Businesses like this, they tend to also do certain flavors for certain times of the year. Like there might be a glut of certain products at certain times of the year, or there might be certain products that they can't make at certain times of the year because the particular raw ingredients are not available. So that's a really good email in on this marketplace. What is a great email in here is, if they buy one or two or a couple of them, you want to be able to keep in contact with them. Hey, say, I know you bought a few. I know you've purchased in the past. We have this new flavour, or we have a bigger size in the flavour that you've been loving to buy. And that's where I will be using Klaviyo, because it is fantastic at being able to do that. The segmentation that you can put in Klaviyo or however you want to pronounce it, is fantastic, because you can really hone down on people who have done X, send them this message Y. People who have purchased this, you can come down to individual purchases. Have that, who's purchased this product? Okay, well now we want to talk to them about another product. You could do one that says, if they purchase, say, this is sliding a fraction too fast for me because I can't really get, it's good as an overview, but now I'm sitting here thinking, which flavour do they have? So the chili plum caught my eye very quickly. Maybe we know chili plum, or they know chili plum has been extremely popular, and it's only in whatever size jar, and they've decided now that they're getting people who are wanting more of it, and they want to bring out a bigger jar. So you could actually send a very specific segmented email out that says, I know you love our chili plum. You've been buying it in the whatever size jar. We just want to let you know that it's now available in a bigger one, or we want to give you a reward for how many times you've purchased, and we're going to offer you your night's jar free, or whatever that looks like. I did set up one of those flows on a recurring site, e-commerce site, a while back, where for every 10th order they made, they got, I think it was a percentage off, I think was the thing. It doesn't matter what the deal is, but for every time they do this amount of things, they get that off. And Klaviyo, you can sort of do it in other email marketing programs, but in Klaviyo, it's just so easy to do that. So let's have a look and see what. Oh, okay, this is the problem. She's on Squarespace. They're on Squarespace, which is going to limit them, quite frankly. I am not a lover of Squarespace for e-commerce that's going to be as complicated, not as complicated, as big as this e-commerce is going to be. She's got Afterpay, but she hasn't said that up here. Again, Squarespace is not so pressed up for that sort of thing. And it is pouring rain outside. It doesn't look to be a Google Analytics installed, and she certainly needs that. I'm saying she, I'm assuming it's this lady. I'm sure there's other people behind her. But overall, I love the website. I just think in terms of her marketing, it could go to the next level, but it depends on where she wants to go. I love the feel that's coming off this. I mean, Nannas Kitchen, who doesn't have an instant memory pop into their head when you read something like that? Maybe the younger generation don't. If they don't, that's a real sad thing. But I do. I remember being in the kitchen with my grandmother, both grandmothers on both sides, and my mother, who's now long gone. But they, there was a heavy tradition about what happened in their kitchen. I've still got recipes. I've got a chocolate cake recipe to die for that's come down from at least my great grandmother on my mother's side. It might even come from before then. Super simple, super delicious. And whenever I want a chocolate cake that's going to wow the pants off anybody, I pull that recipe out, and it's fabulous. So what this site's doing, which I really love, it's automatically bringing up a memory in me. And look, I've never done jams and preserves. But I do love these sort of boutique-y homemade jams. So whenever I go to a market, or we have a food works in town that does have some of the local produce like that on their shelves, it's something I always like to have in my fridge. Something that's different. It's not the commercially made rubbish that you get out of the supermarkets. These do take. I don't know about this product. I want to buy this product, and I've been on the website like 2 seconds. So automatically, there's lots of memories flooding through my head about what I expect these to taste like, because it's been put together with a really, really welcoming image. I would really like to do some sort of border around that image, just something to lift it off the page. I haven't done a super lot of designing in Squarespace. The rain is really coming down. I haven't done a super lot of designing in Squarespace, but in WordPress, in Elementor, you can do just a light shadow around that and just lift it, just that little bit off the page. And I would be tempted to make it just that fraction bigger, so it's filling more this sort of space. Just a tiny bit too small. Delectable blend of local product and passion, supporting local growers, nurturing the Mallee flavours. This is just Swan Hill, which is down on the border between New South Wales and Victoria. A fabulous place where a lot of amazing Australian produce is grown. The scroll that's getting me is the scroll that's a lot of the products together. And by hovering the mouse, you can slow the scroll a bit more. But I would just refine that just a tad, because I'm just being assaulted by a little bit too much in some photos. And I can't stop the scroll. Because if I go back and I see something I really like, and there isn't any arrow bars or dots underneath for me to go back and really have a look at something. As I say, I'm nitpicking. I really am nitpicking. Some people hate these scrolling feeds. I rather like them actually. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. Everyone needs an ad in their country. I just adore. Can you hear it? I adore the feeling I'm getting off this website. And look, I can imagine their testimonials must be just incredible. And congratulations for putting your testimonials up front and center. I don't want to have to go digging for them. I don't want to go 5 pages in. Let's have a quick look at what this looks like on mobile. Pretty good. See, that's a better that photo in comparison to the text is a better weight. But I still would like to see a slight padding around there that just lifts it and gives it a bit more energy. Delectable blend of it's a little bit too text blocky on a mobile. And remember, 70 to 90% of our customers will be looking on a mobile, and this slider is not working quite so well on a mobile. It's a little harder to see the products. Looking to the blah blah blah. And this is also why I would want these testimonials on a slider, because I don't think she's showing quite as many testimonials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as distinct from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's the same number, but it's still taking up a lot of real estate. Swan Hill, Australia. It's not bad on a mobile. It's pretty good on a mobile. I just would probably break up this text a little bit more because it's a little bit heavy to read. Culture, so unforgettable flavour, supporting local growers. These delectable blend of local produce and passion, supporting local growers, the Mallee flavours, unforgettable flavour, cultural appreciation, looking to the future. Really great, strong they're not presented as bullet points, but really great strong points. But I'd possibly be more inclined to have them less just straight out text. Again, this is where a Squarespace e-commerce site is letting it down. Love the cultural appreciation, acknowledging the nation, but I would also put an acknowledgement to country down the bottom here. For those of you who are overseas, our First Nations people, our Aboriginal population, they own Australia. We don't own Australia as white people. And we're tending now in Australia, we're more, if you're culturally aware, or if you're not, you're creeps, but anyway, to put an acknowledgement to country at the bottom of our websites, where we basically say we acknowledge the custodians of this land and all future generations, past and present, blah, 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 blah. It's a fairly set thing, and I like to see that on the footer of every website. They've done it up as a bit on here, but that's only there on that page. Whereas if you put it on the footer, it's going to be in the footer of every single page. And this isn't, we say here, we would like to take this to acknowledge the future traditional custodians of the Wamba Nation. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, for their custodians of Beth, blah, blah, blah. That's the fairly standard verbiage that we use. So, I mean, this is what I said. You know, we're constantly exploring new flavors, experimenting with fresh ingredients, refining our recipes. That is exactly why you need an email list, because you're going to get 80% of your sales from 20% of your customers. That's this curve of recurring people that will come back and back and back and back, particularly in a consumable product. You know, okay, I've emptied that jar, or I've been buying the sweet chili or whatever it is for the last 5 years. I want to look at a different flavor, or I go to the fridge and I'm a bit sick of that one. I want to still have that one, but I also want to know what other flavors you've got. And that's an ideal way so it does two things. One, it brings your recurring customers back, and secondly, it increases your average order value. Another great thing about Klaviyo is that post-purchase sequence. They purchase one and almost immediately, within say 5 or 10 minutes or so, well before you've sent the products out, you're getting an email saying you ordered and brought blah. We suggest that this would make a really great accompaniment to that. Would you like to add that to your order? All that sort of stuff is really, really powerful. Yeah, so the future never, we should explore our product range. Yep, looks good. So shop, again, this is a slight hover effect, but because there's so much nice color on this, I would make that a more exciting color than the 2 shades of gray that they are, and I would put that probably more over here. It's a little bit too left aligned, all of this sort of stuff. As I say, great website, and with just a few little tweaks, it would become a really amazing website. Lovely smiling image, terrific. Okay, so where do we go from here? There needs to be another shop down here. There needs to be a footer menu saying shop. There needs, on this amount of scroll, you would want at least 3 of exactly the same calls to action. So exactly the same button colors, exactly the same text. And so basically, where are we going to go? We're going to go into shop products. Okay, well, this is good. They now give the different categories within here. Product category. All of the e-commerce sites do about the same sort of architecture, which is the shop, and then you'll have categories, and then you'll have products within categories. Nothing different about that. Again, lovely photography. Congratulations on really brilliant photography. Quick view is going to show it up to me. Yes, I can see what's in it. I can even see the jar size, even without going to quick view. I can see the jar size, although that's say 300 on there, and oops, it's not where I want to go. That says 300 on there. Quick view says 250. And that says grapefruit marmalade, and this says orange marmalade. I see, orange, lime, grapefruit. So I'm nitpicky like that. the quick view throw me off. So there's a lot of things that happen when a person's looking at a website, and a lot of what happens is subliminal. So I've looked at orange marmalade here. Orange marmalade, love orange marmalade. Yes, I want some of that. And I go quick view, and this says marmalade, but this says grapefruit marmalade, and it's a different jar size. That will stop some people from buying. Kumquat orange. So why is the orange in a 300 gram and the grapefruit is in a 250 and the kumquat is in a 300? Oh, so orange. Kumquat's a 250. Grapefruit's 250. And the orange is 300. Well, just a little weird nitpicky thing. That will make some people not buy, particularly the analytic ones like me. But look, lovely imagery. So on the home page, another suggestion for the home page, let's just go back to this home, is that there's this lovely big slider here, but I also wouldn't mind some of this space that's taken up. So we've got 1, 2, I put those 7 in a slider themselves so that they're sliding across the page. But then I would put just above that, I would put some of these, what is this? This is tomato capsicum. I would put the overall category. So you've got bush tucker, you've got chutneys, you've got jams, marmalades, pickles, relishes. Probably not all of them. Savoury jam. So savoury jam, I put savoury jam together with jam. Syrup, I don't quite know where that fits in, but I do like, I would show, because this imagery is so beautiful, I would show at least 3 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, perfect. Well, 3 across, 3 down. I'd use a category image to draw into that category so that I don't have to get in here and then try and navigate the categories. And so I'm in here and it's shop product and it's showing me probably relish, chutney, marmalade. It's pushed me too quickly into the individual products. And I excluded gift cards on that other one because basically everybody does gift cards. But I also would put a gift card. I wouldn't put, sorry, I do tend to jump around a little bit on this, but I also wouldn't do a gift card. I'd tart that up a little bit. People want to see a gift card look really classy, top end. It looks like something you want to wrap up in a piece of gift wrapping and put a bow on. This is a little bit on the boring side. I use a lot of golds and silvers and embellishments on the gift card. Think about also for Christmas, making a Christmas gift card. This would make a perfect present. From 35, select value, 35, 55, 75, 105, perfect purchase. And so if you put sort of more tart up the graphics on here, it would just add to the whole top end look of the site. So chutneys, yeah, it's just jumping around a little bit too much for me, because when I'm thinking about it, if I'm thinking, think about what you do when you're in a supermarket. You want it, like I'll think when I go to this Foodworks in town, and I think, oh, okay, I'm sick of Arnott's and I'm sick of Cody's, and I don't even know the brand names anymore, but I'm sick of the commercial jams and chutneys. I love chutneys. I'll put chutneys on everything. And okay, so I'll go to where the jams are. I won't go looking for tomato jam. I'll go looking for jams. And that's the sort of same architecture we want on our websites. People will come to a website and think, oh, so they're on the home page. Think, oh, these products look good. Okay, I wouldn't mind a jam. So they want to be able to go and see, okay, so what's my choice within the jams? Or they think, oh, okay, it might be good. So on this home page, I'm struggling to see other than through here, which again, I'm not going to sort of sit particularly on, remember on mobile, that's really hard to tell the categories. Like beautiful imagery, it's a shame it doesn't come up so well on mobiles, which is what it's doing here. And I've been trying to work on that. But I'm lost on mobile as giving me the prompt that says, Would you like a jam? Would you like a chutney? Would you like a syrup? Would you like a bush tucker? What, which one would you like? So that needs to be on the homepage. And as I say, I would do it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the top of the collection categories or categories. Like WooCommerce call it categories. Shopify call it collections. I think they call it collections on. They call it categories on Squarespace. So there's just a little bit too much here for my eye to try and take in. And of course, that's also going to increase your average order value because, okay, you've looked at the jams and you maybe picked a jam, and then you think, oh, I also saw there was a selection of sauces. Now, I guarantee this Worcestershire sauce is probably yummy. Or, okay, that's a jam. Well, that's nice on my toast. What have they got for pickles that I can have on my sandwiches? Oh, they've got, bush tucker. Gee, I wonder what they do with bush tucker. So when you select it, when you're sending the categories to me or the collections to me, you're increasing out at the possibility that I might buy a jam and a chutney and maybe a bush tucker. Something else I like doing on these sites that I don't know Squarespace does is adding them to like a wish list, which Squarespace, this site doesn't have. I love this imagery, absolutely love this imagery. So where are we? Shop product, bush tucker. And I tend to do, I just want to have a look at what shop product is because I tend to have the categories down the side. Yeah, that's working okay. That's interesting. On the desktop, marmalade chutney. It's a different setup on the desktop than what it is on the mobile. So on the mobile, it's doing what I want it to do, which is marmalade, chutney, relish, syrup, sauce, pickles, savory jam, bush tucker jams, it's doing the categories. Whereas on the desktop, it's going straight into individual products. That's a bit of a waste. So I'd have a look at how that's set up. Bush tucker, wattle seed. Looks like the select flavor, select size, 250 gram, 250 ml. It's a bit of a shame when I go into bush tucker on here. I'm expecting I go into bush tucker and I go into like another just a collection. I go into the collection of bush tucker when I'm expecting to go into hit bush tucker and I'm expecting to go into all the individual products. So there just needs a little bit more refinement of the architecture of this site going on. What happens when we go into chutneys? Same. This is such a waste of space. Mostly it's because all of they've been set up as variants rather than as individual products. $250, $250, $250, $250. I just have a little think about that architecture. I can't tell you off the top of my head how I would do it, but I would have a little think about the flow and the architecture of this site. Weddings, personalized weddings. Nice idea, really good idea. And a really good idea to increase your I hope when they take these, they get a business card or some sort of thing to go with them. What I'd be inclined to do as a business is please take a sauce. I like that idea, but I'd have like a Adam and Kim, I see. So they're branded. They're branded for the name of the person, people getting married. I would actually go that next step forward and include a nice little bag that's the right shape for this product. So you want like almost like a bottle, like a wine bag for this, sort of a short cut down one, along with something a little, so with your branding on the outside of it, and a post, something inside of it that says, thanks, Adam and Kim says thank you very much for attending their wedding. As a token of our appreciation, we'd like to, we hope you enjoy this product and think about us when you use it. And then, in the smaller print down the bottom, if you love these products, and here's where you get them from, basically. So a really great idea to get your noise out there, to get your name out there. Hot chili sauce, tomato sauce, tomato sauce. I'm thinking they probably get to choose exceptional homemade condiments for unique. So we look for customize the packaging, reflect your wedding theme and style. Lovely, well done. Elegant jars with personal rustic packaging, type of twine. Okay, well you do some sort of packaging, but you're not showing it in here by the sounds of it. But certainly make sure it goes into some sort of branded packaging for you with something in it that says, here's where you get it. And I'd also would include this to make it a little more bridal. I'd love to see some images of a bride and groom standing behind this table, maybe even handing one of these packages to their guests. And let me guess, wonderful, probably really wonderful about stuff buried. Proudly handcrafted artisan products, adding love to your culinary world. I love the energy coming off our site. So we choose our products with trust. Again, a little bit too blocky. So generally when I see copy like this, it needs a really good edit. It needs to be brought down. And I always say to people, look at every single word you've got on there, including all the ups and the ands and the these, and ask yourself, what happens if I remove them? And you will end up removing generally about 30% of them. Which favours, blah, 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 blah. It's been written as an essay, not as we write for WordPress for websites. But vegan and gluten free. I would put vegan and gluten free very, very heavily on the front page. Doesn't really mention it it might somewhere in here, but you see them on you see them on e-commerce all the time. There's like a badge, vegan free, gluten free, fast shipping, all that sort of stuff. Arrange, and that needs to be hyperlinked. Shop now. Don't know how that works, but anyway. A good idea. And would I put more about Nannas? That's about enough on here for about Nana. Although I probably would put this above the about Nana and put this a bit higher. You've all heard me say it. Hotjar, put Hotjar on a website and find out where they're going to, how far down they're going. Are they how long does it take them, or how many of them get down to here? And to me, this is a very strong visual element on this homepage, and it would be really sad if only 75% of people are getting to here and only 25% of them are looking at this below this bit. So you might have to adjust around how you. I would tend to think that maybe this should be this. I would generally do this, and then this section, but not have the slider split in the middle of it. And I would put them out as either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 1, 2 side by side, and then do do this, and then do the then do the categories, then do the testimonials, and an email capture here in the footer. Lovely photos, gorgeous photos. Really real and honest photos is what you always get. I mean, this looks like someone's nana. Really real and honest. Um, what else? Where else are we going? About stockists. Local pickups, Swan Hill markets that they do. At 41 Cafe in Swan Hill, Parang, which is not far from Swan Hill. Shame they've not got more stockers, because this is an ideal product to be going into the more boutique supermarkets like IGA. I don't know whether they're still doing it. I don't do wholesale into supermarket style things, but IGA have this thing that says, and IGA is one of our smaller, more boutique supermarket brands. They have this thing that says, you know, we like to support local produce. The next step for a business like this, if they want to go that big, is to go and say, you know, to go into the IGAs of this world. And then of course there's you know, one butcher's got it, and this is in probably very close to Swan Hill. Lots of your gifts. So think about where your tourists will go to. Swan Hill is a very tourist orientated area. That whole area along the border of Victoria and New South Wales, and over into the Barossa, which is not that far by car from where Swan Hill is. It's been like 40 years since I did that drive, but nonetheless, I know it's not that far. You've got Ballarat, you've got Bendigo, you've got the Grampians, you've got like so many tourist places in Victoria alone. Then you're coming up into southern New South Wales, the south coast of New South Wales, the north coast of New South Wales. All of every tourist area in Australia potentially is an area where these products can be stocked, and I think they would do incredibly well. I did a couple of years ago now, I did a trip where I went out into country New South Wales, and I was literally on a wine and culinary trail. So I went from here to up into the Hunter Valley, which is not very far away from where I live, about 3 or 4 hours drive. Stayed in the Hunter for a couple of days, tasted a lot of wine, tasted a lot of cheese, tasted a lot of like all your cheese places have a lot of these sorts of products in them. Then I went out to Dubbo for a week or so. I went to Dubbo Zoo. But then I came back through Mudgee. Mudgee is again another wine area of Australia. But there was a lot of boutique food places, and like this, I can literally think of thousands of places where, excuse me, I just need to stop that dog. There are literally thousands, and that's just sort of a very small area of New South Wales and Victoria. Thousands of places where this would be a great product, absolutely great product. And so what it also needs here is, want to become a stockist? Talk to us. It doesn't have that call to action here. So you're missing a call to action here, unfortunately. Want to become a stockist? Here's how you contact us, and a contact us form. Don't send me to a contact page. Give me the form right then and there. Frequently asked questions. I'm not sure what are your best sellers? Okay. What is the difference between a relish and a chutney? Do you post? Yeah, all right. So let's have a look at their social media. Facebook, Instagram, and should be on Pinterest. That photo doesn't do so well when it's larger. I like the concept. I get the concept, but this, darling, you really need a good graphic designer on board. This is not. This leaves a little bit to be desired. Updated the cover photo February the 4th. I love the concept, but this is too blurry to be put up like that. And I would be echoing the circle that you had on your website, so I'd be probably doing a bigger banner of this with the lovely circle image you've got off the website, sort of around about here-ish somewhere. Unfortunately, only 296 likes and 724 followers. Needs to be a lot more than that, but I don't understand why. Talking about what markets they're going out to. Come and say hi. And then I always tend to advise that when you're doing we'll be at such and such a place, always do a, no, can't get there, no worry. Here's, and put the link to the website about where they can, no worry, link to website, here's where you can buy online. Australian made food, buy from the bush, support local business, condiments, salad dressing, sauces, pickles, buy local, homemade, country made, yeah. Because you're in Swan Hill, you're also eligible for the Spend With Us marketplace. So we're having a look at that. It's Spend, just double check it, Spend With Us. Spend With Us, all one word, .com.au. That's a marketplace that supports Australian rural and regional small businesses. Incredible long weekend. You obviously do a lot of markets, and markets are exhausting. And then there's a whole lot of marketing I could talk about, but I won't go into for this, that you can do when you're at markets. So when you're at the markets, it's not just about selling your products, it's about how they go away with, what they go away with, what you do to capture information from people who haven't brought but are at the markets, how you get them onto your email list. Oh, yum. Note to self, don't go looking at websites with gorgeous food on it when you haven't yet had a decent meal. Nice, I've been behind the scenes, pick up of jars and bottles. I always love behind the scenes stuff. I like seeing video of behind the scenes. I like seeing images like that of behind the scenes. I'm not doing a lot of reels by the looks of it. It's not up as a group. $35 weeks ago, 35 weeks ago, 29 weeks ago, a year ago. You need a lot more reels than this. Yep. I think overall it looks like your social media needs a more strategizing and planning. Yeah, we're already down to Christmas and we're not that far down. Really great imagery. Whoever takes your imagery is fantastic. Oh, what are these? Black peppers. There we go. Didn't know you did those as well. Spices. Okay. Here. Where's that up here? See, you know, when I see something on social media, I want to be able to. Can't find it. I want to be able to immediately be able to know. You know, I should have seen it already on the website, or maybe it's from it's from someone else. I see. Mike's beef free black pepper. Oh, I see. It's a hamper done up from. And that's another thing you can do on your website, promote products that will go well with what you do, like these, and they promote you back, you promote them, and hopefully you're all getting a handmade curry dough. Callie, come here, please. You obviously had a very business Christmas. Instagram, 300 posts. Oh, it's a shame. You should be killing it on social media. You really should be killing it. It's a shame. And that's the only ones you've got. So Facebook, do more with Instagram, do more with, be on Pinterest. Okay, that's me rattling on for quite a while. I love this product. Not this product. I love this business. I probably love the product too. I'm going to get off this now and have a closer look because there's oh, sweet mustard pickles. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Go and see what I can find that I can spend my money on. And I always know that's when it's a great business with a great website, when I walk away from a website and I go, how do I order? And that's what you want those people to be doing. You know, how do I order? When do I order? Can I order now? You know, and I'm going to put in some abandoned cart in here and seeing what your abandoned cart flow is like. I sort of got a funny feeling. I think I know. But you really want to grab someone like me who looked at this and then got busy doing something else in another 10 minutes time and totally forgot about what it was she put in the cart. You know, the world is such that we look at a lot of websites, not me personally, but everybody looks at a lot of websites and thinks, oh, that's a great product. Oh, yes, I want some of that. And then life gets in the way. So abandoned cart, post-purchase sequence, browser abandonment, emails out, regular emails out. That's what makes a huge difference to your sales. And I'm sorry that I don't believe Squarespace does that terribly well. And that's what even MailerLite and Klaviyo. MailerLite is a sort of like a cheaper version to Klaviyo. They do very well and should be on all of these e-commerce websites. Okay, so it's Saturday. I have tomorrow off, but I will be doing one of these at 1 p.m. tomorrow or thereabouts. I might push it back to about 2 or 2:30. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow and then again during the week.